Hello everybody, I'm here at Zurich Airport in Switzerland. Everything is decorated nicely, Christmas lights everywhere. It's the time of year again, and I'm about to meet Warwick, our President and CEO, for the year-end chat. Hello Warwick, how are you?
Hi Christoph, nice to meet you.
Great to see you here. We're meeting at Zurich Airport for the traditional year-end video, and there's a special reason we're doing it right here at the airport.
Of course, look, airports are the heart of our operation. This is where all of our people deliver service to our customers. It's where we work very hard, where we have the challenges, and it's really an appreciation for everybody that works so hard in delivering the day-to-day operation relentlessly.
Absolutely, and it is a special atmosphere. I always enjoy it personally to be here, even without Christmas lights, but it's even nicer like this. And there's good coffee at airports. Should we?
Yes, be great. I'd love a cup.
Super.
Great.
It's 3 years since the start of the pandemic, Warwick. How does it feel to walk through the airport today compared to a year ago?
Well, a year ago, obviously, we were very much in the pandemic still. All countries had some sort of pre-departure testing, so it was obviously more difficult to travel, and there were much less passengers for sure. Today, it feels much more normal. I mean, if you look at the departure board, it feels like we are really back to normal, which is great news for us.
It does, absolutely. We're all relieved, I think.
Yeah.
It looks a lot more normal for sure, but how normal is it?
Well, a year ago we were in Omicron, and then since then we had obviously the Ukraine and Russian conflict, which is made for a very uncertain economy. We've had high inflation, high interest rates, and of course the cost of living has gone up significantly. However, if we look at the business on a half glass full perspective, aviation is doing pretty well. Right? A year ago, were really trying to protect all of our employees using the furlough schemes. And of course, since then, we've been recruiting like mad, just trying to get people into employment, right, to make sure we deliver the operation. What we've seen for, let's say, the ground handling businesses, we're up 70% year on year. And on cargo, we're broadly flat. So all the efforts and the resilience of the team have really paid off this year.
I share your positive outlook on life, still going to the glass half full. What's the ambition to further fill it up for next year?
Yeah, so for 2023, I'm really focused on a safe operational excellence, right? We really need to make sure that we deliver for our customers. So we've introduced a station manager manual, a very clear reference guide for really setting the standards. We've introduced a balanced scorecard, and what we've seen with our balanced scorecard, which is measuring the station and airport's performance, is we've seen the whole improvement of all of the airports. So we really are seeing an improvement over this year, and we expect to see that continue in 2023. So that's on the operations side. We really need to deliver. On the commercial side, we have retained over 90% of our customers, and we've won over 30% of new wins. So really good performance on the commercial side, which we need to continue. I think the teams have done a great job this year to set us up for really laying the foundations for 2023, both operationally and commercially. And it's really going to be all about the customer and our people.
That's a very impressive win rate. Why are the customers coming?
Well, Swissport is a global leader in aviation services in all respects. We've offered the most services at all of our airports. We have an extensive range of airports, 287 in fact. But one of our real USPs is that we do hub and large base handling, which we are very good at. And this is something that is in line with airlines focusing on their core business of flying airplanes, and we can then take over their core services at the airports. We're the professional organisation to deliver great services at these big hub airports.
And we are indeed proving this point at more and more airports. Tell me more about Rome.
So Rome was a great example of a big hub-based handling entry. So it was a market entry for Italy, firstly. ITA, which was the old Alitalia, really, were restructuring, and they turned to Swissport as the market leader in these large-based operations. The most impressive was on the 14th of July, the first flight took off under the Swissport brand. And the on-time performance since we've started has been unbelievably good. It was executed meticulously. It was a massive project. The back office with all the M&A, the HR and all the legal and all the operations team to put it together, to get prepared, was impressive. But to really see the results of that work in actual performance for the customer was just great to see. Very pleased. A real example of how Swissport really can deliver large hubs for our customers.
You mentioned our struggle in staffing, which we of course share with the whole industry. What do we do to promote Swissport as an employer beyond the commercial success and the fascination for aviation?
So of course, Swissport is the market leader with a fantastic brand. But beyond that, we want to make this business a long-term sustainable business. What that means is really focusing on our people. So primarily being kind of the sector leader for training, right? Diversity and inclusion will play a very important part in that. And then beyond that, it's about decarbonisation, making sure we invest in electric and eco equipment for the future. We've got a big program to do that.
Fast forward into the future, what do you want to be able to say a year from today?
So clearly the macro environment for 2023 is very uncertain. Inflation, Ukraine-Russian conflict needs resolution. But what's in our control is we want to be absolutely customer-centric and provide great customer satisfaction, which means providing a safe, consistent operation. It requires obviously our talented people to deliver that day in and day out. And of course we want to continue to grow ambitiously over the next year. I really want to be back to pre-pandemic levels in terms of top-line growth and profitability.
So we seem to be on track in our recovery. That's really impressive.
It's very impressive. We have some 20,000 people working every single day at the airport delivering our operation. They work also during holidays, like Ramadan, like Diwali. Now we're coming into peak season, Christmas, New Year. I really recognize that all of our people are going to be working very hard as we come up to these very peak travel periods. It's a very stressful time for our customers and all the passengers because it's a family time, but also it's very congested. So, we can't really thank our people enough. And for our leaders across the globe, you can never say thank you enough. So please, let's thank our staff, support our staff as we go through these very busy times ahead.
Thank you, Warwick. I think this will be very well received. And this already brings us to the end of our conversation. Thank you very much for joining me here today at the airport. I wish you a good end of the year as well. Thank you very much, Warwick.
Yeah, thanks, Christoph. It's been great talking to you.